campaign today. We're over here on the mini. We want to talk about the honorable campaign because you're going to get a ton of good stuff from this. Now, when you go to the honorable campaign, you need to make sure you've got the best gear and the best squad. So here we're looking at air. I've already got my best squad on the air. So we're going to go ahead and dive in there. But something you need to know is that scouting works for honorable campaigns. So right now I'm going to go off and scout someone just so I can get that extra 1% boost. It makes a big difference. Now that I've got that scout done, we're going to head back into the honorable campaign. We're going to go through the aircraft because I've already got all my best gear on aircraft. So we're going to look at the aircraft. This number in the beginning here, like the 8 and 9 level and the March power, that really doesn't matter. You just need to watch the levels. So here, we're already tuned up, ready to go. But I'm going to change my preset over to chip 1. That's one thing you need to do. Make sure that you've got the right chipset on this when you go through. And now we're just going to auto battle, and I expect this one could possibly just go all the way through it. But let's see what happens. Now, if you don't move the best gear, you're not going to get the best results. So you definitely want to make sure you're switching your gear from your tank to your missile to your aircraft as you're going through each one of these. And I'm sure that we'll end up getting stopped at some point so that we can show you some tricks of how to get through these and pass them when you do get stopped. That first one, it was pretty easy, so now we're going to go ahead and do 27. Same thing, we're just going to auto battle through it. And then we're going to switch over to tank, but before we do, we're going to switch some gear and stuff so that way I can show you guys how you need to move the gear. Kind of a quick way to do it because everything in this game is designed to take up as much of your time as possible. They want to keep you in this game. They want you to live in the game. And so my goal is to try to allow you to get everything done that you need to get done so you're not like stunting your growth, but not having you live on the game. You can literally come in and do this honorable campaign in the morning with coffee over the next 10 minutes. Now we're ready to start tanks. We're going to head over to the best squad air, and I'm going to remove all my gear. And then I'm going to show you guys how to quick swap your gear. So all my best squads on the air, we're just going to go through and remove all this stuff, and then we're going to go ahead and put it over onto the tanks. Now when we go to the tanks, we're going to want to auto equip in the correct order. So we're going to start with the DPS or your Mason or Marshall and Williams. And we're gonna auto equip them, and then we're just gonna remove the gun. So we're gonna go into him, we're gonna auto equip, and then we're gonna remove the gun. And then we're gonna go to our next DPS. We're gonna auto equip him, and then we're gonna move the gun. And then we want the best, third best armor and the third best radar on the main gunner, which is Kim, so she gets everything. And then we're gonna go to your second best gunner, which is Stepman. He gets everything, and then up to Marshall. And then back to the top for the best gun on the biggest DPS. And this, fourth or fifth best gun on the last guy. Now we'll go back into the honorable campaign, and we're going to go through this again. Now that we've got all the gear, we're scouted up, and this is a new one. So we're pushing up past 22 on this one. I almost think that we're not going to make it all the way through this one, and I certainly hope that we don't, because if we don't, I'm going to be able to show you how to kind of cheat the system a little bit and show you how to get through these. If you stop, if you're auto battling and you end up stopping on 4, chances are 4 is kind of a sign for the rest of them is going to go. 4 is actually a pretty tough one on each one. So if you stop on 4, there's basically no chance that you're going to make it all the way through. But we made it all the way through that one, and now we're going to go through again. Now, I almost guarantee we're not going to make it all the way through this 23, and I hope that we don't, because then I'm going to be able to show you a little something to make it better. Okay, so we failed on that one. So what you want to do if you fail on one is play it through, watch the video. So we're going to watch this. I'm going to see if it's close. If it's close, we can do some tricks to get through this. But I want to see if it's going to be close, because if we watch the video and my squad just getting annihilated, we might as well just leave and go put the best gear on the other squad and just go again, and we messed up. We shouldn't have done that one. But this one's actually looking pretty close. It's a good indicator when the front row units of the enemy squad dies first. Now, granted, this one's still kicking my butt, but let's see. Pretty close. Let's go ahead and try this. We're going to buzz through this a couple times. So now we're going to try again, and we're just going to speed through it. Battle, speed, battle, speed, battle, speed. I almost guarantee it's going to get through. Boom! There we go. Look at that right there. So that's how you do it. When you get stuck, watch it. If it's close, battle, speed through it. Just try that 3, 4, 5 times. Honestly, if you don't get it in 10 times, you're not going to get it. But go ahead and give that a shot. I'm going to go over to number 3. So here we've got, we're just switching all of our best gear over to the new squad, Missile Squad. You want to change your gear every single time. If you're not doing it, you're not going to get further. You're not going to get anything out of these. You're really just going to be kind of dead in the water. You're not going to maximize your profits out of the campaign store, which is really a big deal. You've got some great stuff in the campaign store. So I'm just going to speed through us, switching the gear over to the Missile Squad. Now we're back at it. Now here, something you need to realize is that you do not need to go for the new one. Here I know I'm not going to beat level 20, so I'm going to go back to 19. You can redo them, and you need to redo them. If every day you can't beat that one, you don't get halfway through and then stop and begin and go back. That's not going to work. But you can start off going one before. So if last time you did it, remember you stopped at 18 or 15 or whatever, and you haven't made any significant power increases since then go ahead and do one back. If you're on 20, do 19. You can only do one at a time when you do that, but you're still going to get some benefits out of it, and that's really super important because this campaign store is lit. It's where all the good stuff is. We're going to speed through this a little bit more. There's really no need to watch all this. Looks like we stopped on 19. So the campaign store, this is a big deal. You can max this out every time. I'm going to spend everything I just earned on speeds. But you really want to focus on the upgrade ore, the drone component chests, the chip material, the drone parts. I mean, if you can max this store out every single week, that's great. And with this method, you may be able to do it. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, the Angry Bear Gaming channel. I'm your host, Digital. I want to put you on the Digital Express so that we can fast track your progress in the last store survival game and save you a little time and energy, maybe a little frustration too. If you're new here, hit that like button, subscribe button, hit that bell notification if you want to be notified next time I upload a new video. But most importantly, let me know in the comment section if you liked the video or if you think I missed something. I want to know so I'm making the best content I can for you guys. And with that being said, let's get into the video.